guys, charmedwench here, and I'm back again, and this time we are doing a first impressions review type video on Girls with Attitude. Now, I have heard of this brand before. It has been floating around for a little while. I've just never used their products other than some eyelashes. I did have some eyelashes from them before and they were really, really good. I've used them a million times. I do keep going back to that brand, but I've never tried their eyeshadow palettes. And I was shopping today and I saw this palette. It was up for $4.99, but when I got to the till, it was actually only $3.99. So, you know, I got a bit of a bargain, and the colours in it are stunning. This is the Bombshell palette. They had a couple of other ones. I think there was like a smoky palette, but the colours didn't really scream to me. But when I looked inside this one, I loved the colours. They were perfect for this time of year. So that is what they look like. So obviously you guys can see I have a full face of makeup, and this full face eyeshadow wise and lashes was using Girls with Attitude. So I may as well just give you my opinions on the product itself and swatch a few colours for you to see before I go in and you guys watch me apply the makeup look itself. First impressions are the colours are quite pigmented. The only thing I will say about it is when you go to blend them out with a fluffier brush, they tend to sort of lift quite easily. So you do have to build the colours up so if you want them to be quite intense. But I will swatch a couple of colours that I have used and you guys can see what they look like. So they are really pigmented. They are a little bit powdery, but it's nothing. I mean, if you can deal with a little bit of powder, then obviously the pigment will speak for itself. So I'm just gonna, there you go. That is the pigment that comes out. So I mean, that was just finger swatches. You guys have just watched me do that. That's straight off the bat. That's how pigmented they are. They look amazing. I will swatch some of these shimmery shades that are along this side so you guys can see how those swatch. And to be honest, I was quite surprised because usually when you wet a pigment with, like when you spray your brush with fixing spray and then you obviously go into a product, normally it makes the pigment stand out more. But I actually found with this that it applied just as nicely. The shimmer shades, the metallics, applied just as nicely with just normal, you know, a normal dry brush. So I was really surprised about that. So that is one bonus thing I will say about this palette. So let's swatch some of these shimmer shades. I'm going to go into the one that I've used on my eye, which is a really, really pretty copper. They're quite creamy, the metallic shades, I will say that. I mean, you guys can see how they look on my finger, and then I will just run across, and that is what they look like. They're really, really creamy and really, really pretty. I actually think I like the metallic shades more than I like the matte shades, and that's very surprising for me. Usually I like my matte shades more for building up eyeshadow looks. So obviously the look you can see on my eyes is what I use this palette for, and also the lashes I used are Girls with Attitude lashes. They are currently on my eyes, so you guys can't see them in there. These are called the Juniper Lash, and I've used their lashes before, so I knew when I saw it, because I'd not tried these ones before, but I tried some others that they've done. I knew as soon as I saw them that I would really, really like them. So I went in with something a little bit more dramatic this time than what I would usually do. But I'm really liking them. They're really easy to apply. The glue that comes with them is really good as well. I've actually used the actual glue to apply these lashes, and they stuck really, really well. If you would like to see how these apply in action, then I would suggest you carry on watching.
Right guys, so obviously this complete eye look is done using this Bombshell palette, and as you can see, first I've gone into this sort of white coloured shade just to set my lid for more colours that I'm going to apply. And obviously, as you can tell, all my base makeup's applied as well already. Now we're going into this lovely tan sort of shade, and that is our transition shade. There is no names to these colours, so obviously I'm just going to sort of try and describe what they are as we go. Once you've applied the transition shade, we go into this really nice rusty reddy sort of colour, and then we apply that over the top of the transition shade and just really build the colour up. As I said, these colours, you do have to like build them up gradually because they are quite with the fluffy brush that they don't seem to sit right at first. But I've built it up, and I've built it up around the sides of my eyelid as well, leaving sort of a gap in the centre for the halo. Now we're going back into that colour again. This time we're just using a packing brush, and we're just building up the intensity now, because I found that it works better just to build it up by packing it on before I blended it out. So there's nothing wrong with the palette. The eyeshadows are lovely. You just have to use them at different ways. And obviously you would repeat this to the other eye, just building up that colour. And then I'm obviously, as you can see, I'm going in with the blending brush. So they are really easy to blend out. It's just if you want a bit more intensity, it's better just to lay the colour down before you blend it. And now we're going into this darker browny sort of shade. It's like a browny red shade. And I'm just building up that depth in the crease area. And I think I bring it out onto the outer corners as well, just to darken it up a little bit. And then go in and blend it out. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the shades. It's just you have to apply them differently, that's all. And I'm just going into this NYX concealer now, and I'm just clearing a way for my halo type colour to go in. Once you're happy with it on that eye, you go and repeat it on the other one. Now we're going into this really pretty coppery, shimmery, metallic colour. And as you can see at the moment, I'm just using a normal brush, normal dry brush, to apply the shimmery shade onto the area that I've put the NYX concealer down on. So it stands out really, really well. It really is pretty. The video doesn't do it justice. But now I'm spraying some fixing spray on, because I wanted to see if it made it more intensified when I wet the brush. But to be honest, guys, you actually don't need to. The intensity is absolutely fine using a normal dry brush, which I was really surprised by. And now we're going back into that sort of reddy shade, because I'm just going to blend out the edges of the halo, just so they don't look so harsh and noticeable, so it all blends and melts into one. And now we're taking this sort of a shimmery shade, and I'm just going to apply that just on the brow bone area, just to add a little bit of highlight. And we're taking our Soap & Glory Super Cat liner for our wings. And now we're just going to curl our lashes, and we're going to apply the Smashbox X-Rated mascara. And once we've applied our mascara, we are going with our Girls with Attitude Fantasy lashes. And they are really pretty. They are really long. And now we're just going in with a rose gold blush. And then we're taking the Sleek Solstice highlighter and the colour Subsolar, and highlighting the inner corners and the cheeks. And now we're going in with the Sleek Matte Me lipsticks, and this is the shade Shabby Chic, and that's the lip colour I chose to finish off the look.
Look, guys, what do you think? Do you think that this shadow palette works really well? Have you got these palettes at home? Have you ever used them before? Is there any tips that I could do to get the best out of these palettes? If there is, let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate that, because the colours in these are really pretty. As you can see, that they're really pretty. I wish I'd gone into this like pinky colour now, because now I've swatched it, it looks really nice, but I was just going with the flow. When I initially opened it, I just went straight in for an eye look, and this is just what happened. So it's like a really reddy, coppery, halo-y type eye. So yeah, this is not a bad palette for the price. It's not too bad. I mean, look at all, I mean, you get quite a few shades in there. You get obviously 12 colours, and 1, 2, 3 and 5 of those are shimmers, so they would be really nice for creating shimmery sparkly looks at Christmas if you want to do that. But yeah, I can't really say anything too bad about this, other than there is a lot of kickback from it, and you do sometimes have to use a packing brush to pack the colour on rather than using a fluffy brush, because it tends to brush it off rather than apply it. So packing brushes and then maybe blend out works really well. But love the lashes, can't say anything bad about the lashes, and the palette's not too bad for the price. So if you want a bag of bargain, then go to Savers. That's where I got this from, and they stock all their lashes there. And this is £3.99, and these lashes I think were £2.99, but the ones I usually use are £1.99, and they're really pretty. I forgot what they're called. It might be British Rose, I could be wrong, do not quote me, but it's something along those lines. They do have a big range. I mean, my Savers is only small, and they had all the lashes and they had a few of the palettes, so I saw them, grabbed it, thought I'd give it a try. The packaging is so cute. I love the sparkly packaging, and if it's sparkly, I'm generally a sucker for buying it. But I can't complain. It's quite an affordable and really good quality palette. So that is what I think. Obviously, this is my opinion. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comments below, because I always love to hear feedback. And if you've got any tips, as I said before, let me know those in the comments below. But that is it for this time, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and see what else there is to come. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.